views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
Hello and welcome to Open University, the one and only show that keeps you about the Bronx and beyond. I'm your host, Ashley Francis, and as always, we have a wonderful show coming your way. Leading things off, we'll be joined by a young man who makes it his mission to empower people with disabilities by a movement to spread across the 5 boroughs and beyond. Then, a unique independent fashion designer will give us insight about her brand. And later on, we have Fulton's very own rapper Dallas coming to discuss her music and perform her latest song, Real Worth. So sit back and chill and let's go with the flow on a brand new episode of Open University. Hello, everyone. I'm your host, Ashley Francis. Leading things off, if you never felt inspired at one point in your life, well, you will today. To discuss this movement, What Chair, founder and life coach, we have Joshua Adams. Welcome, Joshua. How you doing today?
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. I really appreciate you coming too. So tell me about What Chair.
Well, What Chair is the anti-disability movement. Our vision and mission is to empower productive living beyond difficult circumstances, challenging the world's view of disability.
So how have you empowered people with disabilities how do you spread your word?
Well, I am blessed to, or we should be blessed to be a part of a generation with social media, getting the word out, whether it be on Facebook, Instagram, and different things. And I'm also a life coach as well.
Really? So, have you had any people here have life coach, or do you publicly speak? Where are some places you have maybe publicly speak?
Generally, I do speaking in schools, churches, nursing homes, but I'm able to speak wherever they book me.
Okay, so tell me a little about you. What got this movement started? What inspired you to do this?
Well, What Chair was really birthed by pain. Pain will lead you to your purpose. You're looking at someone who has gone through suicidal issues, questioning and wondering if I am a mistake. And sometimes you have to come to that, not sometimes, but all times, you have to come to that realization that you were created to be great. You were created to be a king and a queen, and it's up to you to walk in your royalty. And I always tell people that I was handicapped, and people get confused by that because they think, well, aren't you handicapped now because you're sitting in the chair? And the answer is no. The handicap begins in the mind. So it was my mindset that was poor, and I had to change that. Once I changed that mindset, doors began to open up, vision started to be created, and now I'm able to empower other people based on the experiences that I've gone through.
And what are some of those experiences you have gone to, or if you don't mind sharing?
Well, I remember when I was about, maybe 16 or 17 years old, I was tired. I was tired of the surgeries. I had over 20 surgeries, and I felt like a burden. I felt like a burden to the people around me, whether it be family, friends. And I said to myself, this is something that I didn't bargain for. And I just remember crying my eyes out and weeping like a baby, and just saying, hey, you know what? I'm gonna end my life. I remember reaching over to these little medicine capsules, and it was strange because every time I went to go over to those medicine capsules, my body just said, no, you can't. And from there, I knew that there had to be something within me. I knew that I wasn't a mistake. I knew that my creator created something good, even though I didn't feel like that. But eventually I would get to that point to feel, the best way I could, to empower other people.
So do you feel like this movement is going to make a difference? Like, because, it's like a lot of people with disabilities to have that same feeling you have. Do you think, like, have you talked to other people, places, like maybe outside of New York, or try to, like, spread the word and have people, like, talk to you over the internet to, like, come for help, since you say you're a life coach also?
Well, the idea is to change the world.
Mm-hmm.
The idea is to change people's thinking, to get people to understand that the handicap is in the mind. So one of the things, or several things that we're working on, is to create New York City to be what I call physically friendly. Now, the term is what they consider handicap accessible, but we already know now that the handicap is in the mind. So we want to bring awareness to that. We want to bring awareness to creating New York City to be physically friendly. We want to change people's mindsets. I don't generally just work with people that are physically challenged. I work with people that work with the physically challenged community. It can be people like parents that give birth to children and don't know necessarily how to function or what's next for their child to be physically challenged. They may think life is over when really life has just begun.
Mm-hmm.
And also people that are working and have a physical good condition. They may be handicapped in their mindset. Take, for example, the way you treat your finances, the way you treat your spouse or your boyfriend, your girlfriend. These are all different avenues that I work with. The idea is to empower the world. We can change it. We can do that. And I think with What Chair is the gateway or the start of something phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. So tell us, tell the crowd about any of, like, social media that you might have, so they could know about your. Because I know you told me you blogged about it too. Also, you have a website. How's that going?
You can catch me on my website. It's a blog. imjmadams.tumblr.com. You can also follow me on Facebook at imjmadams. And you can follow me on Instagram, _whatchair.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the social media avenues that I operate. And people can feel free to ask me any questions. You can also email me at imjmadams@gmail.com. And I'm willing to answer any questions. And also, I'm creating a gateway or a segment where people who want to come and partner up and want to build this movement to make it great with me, who share that vision, more than welcome.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time. So we have to take a quick break, but we'll be back with more Open University.
Coming to you from our BronxNet studios, 4 new shows highlighting some of the best of the Bronx has to offer. We sit down with political leaders on In the District and discuss local legislation, events, and issues. See how the community and business come together with The Bronx Now on BronxNet. Nosotros features leaders from our Latino community. Meet those who are moving to make a difference in public service, business, arts, and culture. Looking for new and exciting dining experiences? Then you'll want to savor the Bronx and try new restaurants and eateries that fill the borough with delicious dishes. We have it all, so experience the Bronx in new and fresh ways on BronxNet.
Welcome back to the studio. Right now we are joined by Shaquana Jenkins, designer of Sweet Chick Sha, to discuss her ventures. So, hello, how you doing, Sha?
Hi, Ashley. I'm so glad to be here today. Thank you for inviting me.
No problem. So tell us about your work. Tell us about Sweet Chick Sha.
Well, Sweet Chic Sha, it's originally started off as my blog. It chronicles, just my do-it-yourself DIY fashion projects, and from there it grew. So basically, it's morphing into a collection that is going to be geared towards both men and women, and also it's going to be disability friendly for the disability community. So you have like adaptable apparel, and it should be launching coming this fall winter of 2017, and leading into the new year of 2018.
So tell me, how does your clothing line adapt to people with disabilities? Like, what kind of disabilities also? Like, is it towards your hands, your feet? Like, how do you make that clothing?
Well, it's apparel. So basically, like, you know how we have difficulties putting on like a regular T-shirt. It would be like more stretchier material, or just like easier buttons where it would look like buttons, but it would be fashioned to look like buttons, but it would be much more simpler to put on.
Okay.
And the same thing will go with pants. It would be like just more adaptable pants. That way you can sit and feel comfortable in them and not have to worry about the difficulties that you would face on a daily basis of just trying to get dressed. And they will also be fashionable.
Okay, so I don't have to worry about it being some like orthopedic shoes or
No.
like that.
This is the high-end quality, good things that you see on, coming from high-end designers. That's definitely the look. It's edgy and trendy, but at the same time, it's a classic piece that you would always want to have in your wardrobe.
Okay, so I see you have some work here also. Like, tell me about that.
Okay, so the pieces that I'm showing you today, they're just a preview, a snippet. This is the first time that they'll be showing of my upcoming collection, what I'm currently working on. It's called the Gym and Jewels collection. So like this is one of the pieces. It's really luxe, and it's just like for the woman, she wants to go out on the town and have a good time at night, but also a classic piece that she could also pull together to put towards the daytime look. And it's just basically like some really nice pants, and as well as the other pieces, like a really nice long dress that you can definitely dress up. This would be great for the coming holiday season, for both Christmas and New Year's Eve. And then another piece that I'm showing is also from the Jewels and Gems collection. It's a red piece, it's for both men and women. So it's basically the moto jacket, and then the woman has this like great fabulous silk jumpsuit. And I mean, it accents every part of the woman's body to make them feel confident. And the men's jacket is definitely daring and bold. Some other pieces that I brought to share today. I recently modeled something like this on my blog, sweetcheekshot.com. It's basically this cute little ruffled skirt with this off-the-shoulder blouse. You can see the look on my blog, sweetcheekshot.com. That's what I have for you today.
So like on the I see your clothes. So like where on the clothing line, like does it have like buttons, like so it's easy to take off? Like how does it help like people in wheelchairs if they?
Okay, so like I say, the skirt will have like it has elastic in it, so it'll be easier to put on, versus having a zipper in it. Zippers are so difficult to put on. So just to zip up, like if you don't have someone there to help you zip up the skirt, then you're like wearing a skirt and like, you can't get it zipped up, and then it's not really on you, and then it's gonna come off and you're gonna be fidgeting with it. The same thing with like tops. They'll have like more of the stretchy ability to it. That way you can easily put it on and take it off.
You don't have to worry about like somebody wearing a dress like it's dragging in the wheels, cause like
no, like they will definitely be to where you could easily adapt it to your chair. Like it would be a part where maybe you could even like hang it on your chair to make sure like it doesn't drag or hit the floor. And look, when you're wearing like a nice pants, you won't want them to be like way too long.
So it's just right now you're just doing clothes, not like shoes or anything like that. You
just for right now, I'm focusing mainly on the clothing. I mean, I will have accessories like accessible bags, the more fashionable. Instead of just having your basic book bag, it'll be like the more adaptable book bag that will be able to like help you even charge your phone since when you're on the go. And like definitely like mixing green with high fashion.
Okay.
So like being able to charge it and keep your devices, your multimedia right there with you.
Okay, and does any of your clothes, like, is it for like able-bodied too? Able-bodied people could wear it also too. Without.
It's definitely I'm doing like basically two collections. The accessibles collection will be a mixture of both my original collection, so it'll have the same pieces, but they'll be more adaptable. But as far as an able-bodied person, there's going to be a line that's definitely all there for them that they can choose to buy any piece that they would love.
So tell me, before you started doing a blog, like, how did you come into like wanting to do fashion?
I always had a love for fashion. I think I discovered it around 9 or 10 years old, and it was brought to me, and I just fell in love with it from there. And from that age, I told my parents like I wanted to go to the high school of fashion industries, and from there, that's where I gained all the skills that I have. And then after there, I went to the Fashion Institute of Technology, where I got my associate's degree, and that helped me better hone my design skills. And then from there, I went on to get a business degree from Berkeley College, which just helped me better branch off into my own business and launching that.
Okay, so tell me, like, I know we talking about the clothing line, so tell me how your price is going to be high also, or is it going to be?
They're moderately priced. I mean, you're going to get good quality stuff, so you know you pay you pay a little more for quality, but it's definitely worth it. These will be pieces that when you have in your wardrobe, you know, like it's worth the money.
Okay, so hopefully make it affordable for me, because I'm not making that check. Hopefully it's good. But I appreciate your time here today, Shad. Thank you for showing off your clothing line. So, but do you also have for children also?
I do children's pieces. Right now I was currently designing. I design primarily right now for my godchildren. I'm always designing like custom pieces for them, and I could, like, if I'm contacted through social media, through my Instagram or Facebook, and someone says like, hey, I need a children's piece, I do children's dresses and skirts, and then also as well as boys, from like shorts to t-shirts to custom sweatshirts. I tend to be able to do it all.
All right, thank you, Sean, again. All right. We have to take a quick break, but coming up, we have some music coming your way, so stay tuned. Hello and welcome back, and join us now, Fulton's very own Dallas. All right, so Dallas, tell us about Dallas. Tell us about your music.
Well, my first name is Antonisha. My stage name is Dallas, and yes, I'm from Fulton. It's like a little small part in Chelsea, like the area of Chelsea in Lower Manhattan. You said tell you a little bit about my music?
Yeah, about like how, what inspired you to do music?
What inspired me to do music?
Yeah.
A lot of things inspired me to do music. I grew up in a very musically inclined family. You know, my mom, she enjoyed house music. My brothers are, you know, rap connoisseurs. They all listen to music. But what really inspired me, I just felt like I wanted to hear a different aspect. I wanted to tell a different story, my story. So what inspires my music is just me and whoever's around me.
And how long you been doing it for?
Well, I've been publicly rapping for 1 year, but I've been writing since I was 13.
And you have a lot of YouTube videos out right now.
Yes.
So I see you doing big things.
Thank you.
And anything like any other rappers like inspired you in New York City or like beyond New York City?
Well, one of my favorite rappers is Fabulous. I love Jadakiss. I'm a big fan of Jay-Z. As far as like female rappers, I like MC Lyte. I'm a big fan of, I like Remy Ma, Nicki Minaj. I have a few.
All right, so tell us about your song. What is your song, Real Worth Display? What is it about?
Real Worth It? Well, I wrote that song, was for my cousin. She was going through like a tough time, which I'm sure like most women get into situations, you know, with men, and they feel like, you know, let me just put my all into it and let me take this charge or let me do these crimes just to prove that I love this man, just to feel like I'm down. So It's basically one of those kind of stories.
Oh yeah, it sound like Love Is Blind, like Eve and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it
one of
sound like-
those kind of stories.
All right, I got you. You got any social media? Anybody could reach you on YouTube?
Yes,
or
you can definitely follow me on Instagram. It's _ Dallas 89. My Facebook is Nisha Dallas. My YouTube page is Dallas Dallas.
Okay. So I'm not gonna hold you up. I want everybody to hear your song, Real Worth It. So I'm gonna let
Thank
you
you.
do your thing. All right. And BronxNet, Dallas, here we go. Real Worth It.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody had a situation similar to this.
Hold on.
So this is my story, my situation. I just wanted to share it.
Excuse me for a moment if I'm not your definition of perfect. I'm real worth it, hold it down for my, I hold a pound for my buddy. Love me so I doubt he let me hold it, let me hold. See real, never folding. Excuse me for a moment if I'm not your definition of perfect. I'm real worth it, hold it down for my, I hold a pound for my buddy. Love me so I doubt he let me hold it. See real, never folding. Although we've been through ups and downs, trials and tribulations, I wanna be there for your time of need, the situation. But it's gonna take more than this conversation, fix the statement. The DA making arrangements to hire your boyfriend a plaintiff. Why aren't you asking these questions? I know you stressed and you hurt. I'm for certain he never loved you like he said he did. And still you ride for this. You will lie for this, even die for this. He's a fraud and on guard, you abroad. If you take this case, he lied, cheat, smile in your face. You caught him with the next chick at your place. Shoot, I know your mom's left, she strung out and you stressed out. Your daddy did it dirty, beat it and he walked out. Your life is like a hotel when you just checked out. They say she lure you in, it's unofficial, she a keeper. This jail, this real, and you ain't built your mental either. Excuse me for a moment if I'm not your definition of perfect. I'm real worth it, hold it down for my, I hold a pound for my buddy. Love me so I doubt he let me hold it, let me hold it. See real, never folding. Excuse me for a moment if I'm not your definition of perfect. I'm real worth it, hold it down for my, I hold a pound for my buddy. Love me so I doubt he let me hold it. See real, never folding. Now it's been 8 months, going on a damn year, and you still in here and your boyfriend, he ain't shed a tear. No visits, no calls, no money on your books, huh? He out there living, man, I guess the joke's on you, huh? But you a rider, you pull up, ghost right beside him. He wouldn't give up $1, I called him, he tried to holler. They pointing fingers, trying to pin it up on you. They talking 20 years, what the you gonna do? Your little shorty at my mama house, he wonder where his mom is. Girl, how you gonna do a bit and take care of your kid? Shoot, I know your mom's left, she strung out and you stressed out. Your daddy did it dirty, beat it and you walked out. Your life is like a hotel when you just checked out. They say she lure you in, it's unofficial, she a keeper. This jail, this real when you ain't built your mental either. Excuse me for a moment if I'm not your definition of perfect. I'm real, I hold it down for my, I hold a pound for my buddy. Love me so I doubt he let me hold it, let me hold it. See real, never folded. Excuse me for a moment if I'm not your definition of perfect. I'm real worth it, hold it down for my, I hold a pound for my buddy. Love me so I doubt he let me hold it. See real, never folded.
Thank you guys so much for having me. Thank you, BronxNet. Shout out to Ashley.
Coming to us all the way from Sydney, Australia, this artist has created a space to develop sound spawned from love, inner beauty, and freedom. Please allow me to introduce you, Natalia Segura. Beginning her career while still in high school, Natalia's musical journey started with a simple question.
I wasn't a singer at all. I was just in high school, and this kid in 9th grade came up to me, and he's like, I just got to the school, like I was there, this is my first week there, and I said, he's like, oh, I heard you're a singer, and I'm like, yeah, I'm a singer. He's like, do you want to be in a band? And I'm like, sure, yeah, I sing, I'm in the band, yeah, I'll do that. He's like, okay, here's this number, rehearsal's on tonight if you want to come. And I was like, I went home, I was like, Mom, I want to be in a band, Mom, I want to be in a band, can I be in a band?
I believe in you and me and the magic of life.
Once music entered Natalia's life, the passion for it soon followed. As she developed her sound, her lyrics began to form a message of love, empowerment, and dreams free of fear.
For me, it's like the opposite of love is fear. A lot of ego stems from fear. So if you have less fear and open to love and not worried about what people think, whether you're looking corny, whether they're judging you, whether you look good, whether your body's big enough, where, you know, all those little things, if you take all that ego away, all that fear, all those insecurities, then you're left with love. And that is like, to me, is like a domino effect.
Love is the movement, love is the movement, love is the movement.
As a songwriter, Natalia takes notice to the world around her and results allows her music to tackle world issues and promote inner beauty.
So inner beauty is, I think with so much music and media and magazines and everything, we put so much pressure on ourselves to like look a certain way and act a certain way and have certain things, assets that define our worth. And I want to teach people to like, well, to remind people, because I think we all know it, to remind them that we have that already in us, our inner beauty, not this exterior thing that, I mean, it's fun to get dressed up, don't get me wrong, I'm wearing makeup, but that's not what you are, that doesn't define your worth. This is just fun, you know.
You have a few music videos on your YouTube. How have you transmitted your lyrics to those videos?
Some of the videos, I mean, I directed and wrote the music videos that I have, so it was all like, I love being part of the whole creative part, you know, I'm an artist at the end of the day, and I was like, I want to do it this way, and I want to do it that way, and it was really just like, just an imagination of like, I want to have the drums here when I walk past them, in the middle of the street, and I want to have the guitars just randomly pop up too, you know, so yeah, it's fun, I love it.
For Natalia, her future in music begins with connections, having that one moment from the stage to her fans.
I would love to just be performing at so many festivals, because obviously I love live music. This is like where my passion, this is where I started when I was 13, like in bands, and like I just love the energy of having the band members behind me and jamming with them and like getting crazy, and then just meeting all these beautiful people afterwards. So that's, to me, is like, that's what I want to be doing, just festival after festival after festival after festival. I'm not huge on like, I don't really want to do big arenas, because I like the idea of something intimate where I can really connect with someone, whereas I feel when I go to concerts and arenas, I don't get that connection with people, and sometimes, even though they're like in front of me, I still look at the screen because I want to be even closer, and I don't want that with people when they come see me. I want to always do like small theaters and smaller venues.
Pensé en la primera en desear que se viniera el invierno para poder llorar, para poder llorar, para poder.
With each note sung by Natalia, we are reminded of important life lessons. Love oneself and dream free of fear. This is Hanoi Evangelista for Harmonious Beats.
Oh, oh, oh.